Hello, everyone. My name is Chris Gorges, and as of this recording, it is the evening of March 16th, 2020, and things have been pretty crazy the past few days. The coronavirus has really spread far and wide. Schools have been shut down, colleges are shut down. So far in the United States, any gatherings and conventions and meetings of medium or large size groups have all been canceled or postponed. And just as of today, everybody is being encouraged to self-quarantine, and you go to any of the stores and the shelves are empty. So there's a lot of people out there that are just nervous and afraid, and I just personally hope that everything is going well with you, that you're staying healthy, and that you're not overly panicked or nervous. So today, I just really wanted to focus on teaching a few signs that are related to what's happening in the news and just what's happening just around the globe right now. So today I'm going to be going over some signs that are related to the coronavirus, and as well as teaching some signs that are related to feeling sick, symptomatic. Also, I'll be showing some signs for like doctor or nurse, quarantine, and things like that. So the first sign that I was going to show to you today is for coronavirus itself. So if you've seen images of what the coronavirus looks like, it's kind of the spherical shape, and it has these spikes that are coming off the surface. So the sign that has been being used for coronavirus is basically this. So you make a fist with your non-dominant hand, and then you will show the spikes with your dominant hand like this. So that is the sign that is currently being used for coronavirus or COVID-19. It's also being finger spelt, as well as COVID-19. And so those are some of the signs that you'll see in relation to that. The next sign I wanted to show everybody is a sign for sick and for disease. So typically in ASL, the sick and disease are signed the same way. You take your middle fingers and you go to your forehead and to your chest like this. And you would just make sure that your facial expression matches that sign. So sick or disease. Also, you can use D's for disease. It's a little more C sign, but it is commonly used. The next sign I was going to show to you is just washing your hands. This is something that we all should be doing on a regular basis. So washing your hands, you just pretend that you're washing your hands just like this. The next one is fever or running a temperature. So this is the sign for temperature, and it's also used interchangeably for fever. And also you'll see this sign for fever. You just put the back of your palm to your forehead like you're feeling for a temperature. Let's see here. The next sign I was going to show to you is difficulty breathing. So anyone that actually has the coronavirus, the way that attacks your body is it typically goes for the lungs. And so one of the symptoms that you have once you do have it is heavy breathing. So the sign for heavy breathing is like this, is for breathing. And for heavy breathing or having trouble breathing, you will just act that out and show that through your facial expressions. Something along those lines. So this is for breathe, and difficulty breathing, you just kind of act it out. Another symptom would be runny nose. So you would just take the classifier hand shape and you would go down your nose like this. So this is actually used to represent any kind of flowing liquid. So of course, if you have a runny nose, that liquid's going to be going out your nose. Next one is cough. You just pretend that you cough and you rattle your chest with your fist like that for cough. The next sign is going to be doctor. Now this is going to be signed a couple different ways. The ASL way of signing that is going to be with basically a closed 5-hand shape, and then you will bend your forefingers down like this, and it's kind of like the doctor is taking your pulse. The other way that you'll see this signed is with the actual D hand shape, D for doctor. And it'll again go on the wrist like this. And for nurse, it's a similar sign, and it would be with the N hand shape, and it would go on the back of your wrist like this. So doctor or doctor and nurse. The next sign I'm going to show to you is for hospital. You just make the H hand shape and you draw a cross on your other arm for like the red cross. So the last 4 signs I'm going to show you today are all going to be in relation to quarantine. So the sign for quarantine itself is you're going to make like a little group here. And if you're talking about quarantine and isolation, you could set up that quarantine area, and then you're going to sign alone in the middle of that quarantine. So it'd be quarantine or isolated quarantine or self-quarantine. And then the other one's going to be stay, as in you need to stay home. The sign for home, you make a flat 5 hand shape and you go from your chin up to your ear. And the last one is stuck. So a lot of us may feel stuck at home, and you're going to make the 2 hand shape and it's going to go to your throat. Stuck. And just to let you know, tomorrow evening I'm going to be hosting a group practice session for ASL students. It's going to be at 5:30 p.m. tomorrow Pacific time. If that sounds something that you'd be interested in, please feel free to contact me and I can give you further details on that. And since I'm going to be spending a lot more time at home for the foreseeable future, that's going to free up my schedule to accept more students. So I do have a one-on-one tutoring program. It's for those that just really want to get through learning the language as quickly as possible. And so beyond just teaching, vocabulary and teaching grammar and things of that nature, I also teach accelerated learning techniques. So if you're really interested in just shaving a lot of time off of the learning process and to become fluent in as little time as possible, or if you're currently struggling and trying to overcome certain obstacles, I can teach you various skills and techniques to get through those plateaus, to get through those plateaus and just really stop struggling and start communicating. And before I wrap up this video, I do want to encourage everybody to stay well informed, make sure that you're following credible sources, and most of all, make sure that you're staying up to date with the recommendations from the CDC. And I'll also include the links to some videos that I found really helpful with understanding what the coronavirus actually is, and the fact that it's not the first coronavirus to go around. It's actually the 7th. But anyways, I'll leave some of those links in the description down below. And in the meantime, be sure that you are up to date, stay healthy, stay safe, and until next time, I'll see you later. Bye. Things I was going to show to you, the next one is going to be